Hello everyone, my name is Dori Ellington and I'm the Community Engagement Officer at Whittington Primary here in Geelong. I'm here with Jade Millman, who is our beautiful Vice President of our PFA. She's at a socially appropriate distance and she's doing the filming for us here and you'll be hearing from her a little bit later. We are both very chuffed to be asked by Parents Victoria to be speaking about my role. Thank you to Parents Victoria for pivoting to an online platform and having us speak. And thank you for all of you for coming along and listening today. So my role is community engagement or family engagement. And when people ask me what that means, I usually just respond that it's the best job in the entire school. I get to meet all the students, all the parents, all the carers, all the staff, all the teachers, and get to know what they're all up to and what they're all interested in learning about and getting involved in the school community. It is my responsibility to know every student, what piques their interest, and what can enhance their learning brain and their school environment. It is well researched that healthy relationships create a better learning space. My aim is to link and build relationships with a broad range of people and organizations to expand opportunities and improve outcomes for our students. By developing relationships with local community, businesses, government, and community organizations, as well as other education providers. This strengthens the capacity of Whittington Primary School and our families to support our students' learning and developmental outcomes. So what does that really mean? What do I actually do? When I started at Whittington in 2019, I'd never worked at a school before, but I had a 13-year background in community development. So I slowly met all the students, seeing what they were interested in. I learned from the teachers and leadership team and to see what they thought would best serve the community. I met with the parents at the school gate and at the front of the classrooms and thought I'd check with them to see what they thought their students and their children needed. And I met with the local community groups to see how they all fit in together. I know that I don't have the answers for engagement, but the community does. They just need someone to help facilitate their needs. Teachers and staff are full of amazing ideas and passions for students. However, they're incredibly busy making the learning happen, ticking the boxes for the department, preparing lessons, marking, the list is endless. Parents and carers are also full of amazing ideas. However, they may not know how to navigate the education department. They might need assistance, they're time poor. This list is also endless. So this is where community engagement comes into play. I'm here to bridge what can sometimes seem like a divide and swing open the door to parents and carers, creating a more whole community. Creating opportunities for students, teachers, parents, and carers to all get the most out of, to contribute to, and to get involved in their school community. So you might be thinking, with all these programs, where does your school get all this money? And while my role does involve a lot of grant writing, which for some reason I do love to do, money is not all that community engagement relies on. The main thing you need to have is a school council and leadership team that values the positive impacts that come from strengthening relationships with families and communities to better student learning. And once you have someone in this role, they can develop and foster a relationship that better your school community and provide access to expertise, facilities, resources, support, and services that open up additional opportunities for students, families, and allow them to reach their full potential and achieve the best outcomes. So before I pass this on to Jade, to hear from a parent's perspective of having a community engagement officer, you can contact me anytime, but I am about to have a baby on the 23rd of October, but I'm sure you can get my email from Gail or Leanne and send it to me and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much, and on to Jade.
Thank you for that, Dori. I'm gutted to not be at the conference. Me and Dori and I both are. I got so much from it last year and really enjoyed myself. Since having a community engagement officer at our school, things have improved so much. Dori's invaluable. She's such an important part of our school and our community. She's helped the parents start Whittington's first PFG, Parent and Friends group, and mid-2019 that would have been, which since we've had a barbecue at Bunnings, family days, organised a buddy bench for the schoolyard, had Christmas parties and lots of great little activities along the way involving the parents and students. and with support from all the parents. I truly believe as parents we would not have been able to achieve what we have without our community engagement officer. Dori is very approachable and helpful. As parents, we all need someone like that here. Dori has not only brought the parents and the community together, but the actual school itself really does honestly seem to run better. It's smoother and it's more friendly and seems to be not as much stress. It's really made a great difference. Whittington Primary School wouldn't be running the same. And I really recommend it for a lot of other schools, any other school, all other schools.
It's great to have Dori Ellington here, the Community Engagement Officer from Whittington Primary School, which is based down in Geelong. We just want to thank you for the wonderful article you wrote for our Parent Voice last edition, and this provided the opportunity to have a further conversation with you and at our conference, and also to give our conference delegates an opportunity to hear the great work from yourself and Jade, the parent from Whittington Primary School, about the experiences that you've had in the time you've been in the role. So I've got a couple more questions for you, if that's okay. And maybe the first question is, how did the actual role evolve, Dori?
First of all, thanks so much for having me, Gail. So I went for an interview at Whittington Primary, and I walked out of that interview and I was like, this school is awesome. I think I could do a lot of stuff here. Not so sure about being a classroom, really. And they called me and they're like, we don't think you should be in integration aid, but we've got this other idea, and it's all about community engagement, meeting parents, community groups, all this kind of cool stuff that I'd been doing in my other life, but in the school setting. And I was like, wow, all right, let's give it a crack. They're like, we don't know what it looks like. And I was like, well, I don't know what it looks like, but let's see what happens. And I just kind of started from there. And it originated as a 2-day-a-week role. And now I'm 4 days a week.
Fantastic. That's really great to hear. And as you well know, Parents Victoria has been actually lobbying the Victorian government in delivering on this objective of having family engagement officers or community engagement officers in our schools. We're not really hung up on what the brand or the label, the role that you do is given. It is actually the work that you do that's most important. What do you see as the major benefits and impacts for family and the school in the role you play?
I mainly just connect the parents and the teachers and the staff with all the missing links. So sometimes a parent will come to me with perhaps an issue or something that they think they're missing out on, and they're not missing out on it at all. It already exists in the school, and I can connect up. I can connect them up with a program that is already happening, or with a teacher that they need to be talking to, or it's got nothing to do with me at all, but they just happen to miss the communication. There's a school day is short, but there's so much going on in that school day, and everybody's got their own thing going on, but it just takes someone maybe like me to just say, hey, you need to talk to this parent real quick, and it just takes one short conversation. And I really like Parents Victoria's motto that it takes more than one person for community engagement. It's a collective, because it couldn't be more true. It's not just me.
So my next question, Dori, is it'd be really good to know sort of what you focused on in the beginning of the role and in 2019, and if you've got any other examples where schools have got people in a similar role.
Yep. In 2019, it was all about getting to know the community, who they were, what they wanted, what can make the school community better. I don't have the answers, and I'm not going to go in there. I think that's an important part about community development engagement is don't go in there and tell people how to do things in their own space. Just help facilitate what needs to be done, because people know the answers. Just help maneuver around and explore.
And the relationships are key, aren't they? It was about building the trust and building the confidence with the community.
Absolutely. And in 2020, I think I had big plans of seeing what other schools were doing, community engagement wise. There's not many community or family engagement officer roles, but they're the ones that do exist. They're doing just fantastic things, and their schools seem to be thriving, and which is really exciting. I hope this role just continues to grow and grow.
Would you agree that it would be beneficial for all schools to have someone in this dedicated role?
Absolutely, without a doubt. Definitely not to toot my horn by any means, but I don't really know how like staff, teachers, parents kind of do it without someone to help out. And the benefits are overwhelming.
And the research says, doesn't it, Dori, that you will get better student outcomes if you do the family engagement. So it's critically clear, and there's it's up to about 60 years of research now. And all that information is certainly accessible on our a website where we've got some other fantastic resources, and can get to listen to the wonderful Dr. Debbie Pusher, who we had out here in Australia in 2018, and the department were fantastic and brought her back in 2019. And so we just want to say thank you for this opportunity to have this discussion. And I'm sure that we're looking forward to you getting a number of inquiries from the schools in the future about how and mentoring other people that hopefully will get the opportunity to do a role that you play in the school. So thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you. Thanks for having us.